What's up, Soul Fam? What are you doing? Good morning. Happy Saturday. Were y'all aware that yesterday was Friday the 13th? A lot of people have negative connotations on Friday the 13th. 13 is not a bad number. There's no such thing as bad, good. In alignment and out of alignment. So I did another angel reading. Angel cards are powerful. They truly speak to us. They do. But you have to believe, you have to have faith that the message will be delivered, So if there's any doubt within your consciousness, you're just going to keep doubting. You're just going to go in circles, constant circles, and keep on seeing the same messages being reaffirmed, and you're going to keep on guessing, In the beginning of our awakening, we see all these angel numbers follow us. And, they give us good vibes, but then we question it, We question it. Like, for example, one program that I'm working on is I'll see an angel number, right? Let's just say I'm walking on the street, right? And I see 1112, right? I see 1112, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then I'll look across the street to see if I see 1111. I wasn't meant to see 1111. I was meant to see 1112. But that's the ego. That's the spiritual ego tuning in. The spiritual ego is just as needy and wants to be validated, just like the 3D ego. So you have to be mindful of it. It wants to be of service, and it wants to put its message out there, and sometimes it oversteps its boundaries, and you have to check it, because you'll keep on attracting certain situations where you rub people the wrong way because you're overstepping. Some people ain't trying to hear what you have to say because they're limited in their awareness, and by you sharing that message, it makes them feel like they're lacking, like they'll put you as if you think you're on a pedestal and you're better than everybody. So, and there's nothing you can do about that. So, is anybody familiar with this crystal? I found 4 crystals on the streets of Los Angeles and Venice Beach. And I believe that the universe sends you exactly what you need, and crystals find you. You don't find crystals. Crystals find you. You think you find crystals, but they find you. And I think this is Serpentine. So I use this to cleanse my angel oracle deck before I use them. But I don't usually allow people, well, I take that back, but lately no one's touched my angel card, so it only has my energetic fingerprint on it. So, but I still cleanse them. I still put the crystal on there, But this is my reading, and of course it's in alignment. And I keep on getting more and more messages about writing, right? But I know it's coming, right? So we'll get a message. Keep on getting a message. Like mine is like, I need to do more writing, right? But like, I feel like I got so much going on that I can't focus on my creativity the way I would like. But it's just spirit reminding me, like, hey, that's gonna fall into place eventually. So just be mindful of it, right? And don't. Sometimes we feel anxiety, like we're not moving fast enough and we're not doing what we're supposed to because we keep on seeing the same things. But it's just spirit or our angels just confirming, like, hey, just keep a lookout for this because this is coming. And just know that when the time is right, it's all gonna flow, right? It's gonna flow. You shouldn't have to force anything. Because if you're forcing something, it's not gonna come out the way it needs to. So here's my angel oracle reading, right? I got creative writing, Archangel Gabriel, which is kind of funny because I was walking down the street yesterday, and there's this I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a store but it's called Gabriel's Angels. And I thought of Archangel Gabriel, and I'm like, oh, Gabriel, you're my angel today, you know? Because I resonate with Archangel Uriel because I'm a Friday baby, and that's the Archangel of Friday. Fire of God, I believe, is his title. And then I got this card, Clear Audience, by Archangel Ezekiel. I'm not familiar with Ezekiel. But it says, notice the love and guidance you hear inside your mind and from other people, you know. Sometimes we walk through the store and we hear people talk about things. And it's things that we need to hear, you know. And then we hear these things and we're just like, oh my God, I can't believe I heard that. Why can't you believe it? You're connected. Start believing that this reality isn't what we were told it was, you know? So it's gonna keep on getting more and more surreal the more that you believe it and the more that you connect with it. My next card is Life Review. It says, take inventory of your life and resolve to change or heal anything that is unbalanced. You know, one thing that is unbalanced within me is my communication, right? I tend to swear a lot, but that's just the fire within me. That's Uriel coming out, fire of God, you know? And people are like, why do you swear so much? I don't swear so much. Spirit does. It flows through me. And a lot of you won't resonate with that. Like, God don't say shit like that. You just don't know God. God is in many forms. There is 8.5 billion versions of God on this planet. Just so you know. So yes, God comes in many forms. God is a drug addict. God is a hooker. God is a priest. God is a lawyer. God is everything. Quit limiting God. Quit putting God inside a fucking box. And open up your mind to know that God expresses himself in many ways. And if you hop on somebody's channel and God is expressing himself a certain way and it doesn't resonate with you, that doesn't make that person wrong on how they were expressing themselves. It just makes it that it's just telling you that person wasn't for you. That's all it's saying. If it doesn't resonate with you, like my words, they shouldn't come here. You shouldn't feel my words up here. You should feel them in here. You know what I mean? I don't want you to hear my words. I want you to feel them. Spiritual understanding. Archangel Raziel. I am bringing you esoteric information and symbols and helping you understand spiritual truths. You know, sacred geometry, it's powerful. We could use it to assist us in, you know, our next level of consciousness. I mean, it's as little as, you know, taking a pine cone off the ground and putting it on your altar, you know, or a flower, you know, a dead rose, or whatever it is, you know. It's all connected to Fibonacci, you know. Everything's connected. You know, if you're not familiar with the Merkaba and the Merkaba meditation and activating your Merkaba energy, I'd look into that. Gifts from God. We are blessed. Archangel Sandalphon. We angels bring you gifts from your Creator. Open your arms to receive. I've been receiving so many gifts today, and every song that I've been hearing ever since I woke up, it's speaking to me, and that's like how I know that how strong my connection is throughout the day, right? It's through the music I hear. Because like my music will motivate me, will encourage me. The lyrics will sit there and deliver a message to me. The melody of the song will radiate through my being, almost to the point where like it will bring tears to my eyes. And that's how I know that, you know, my connection is hella strong that day. So as you can see, It's a beautiful day out. Got the sun out. Sun's out, guns out. I caught a blessing from my beautiful earth angel, Amy. She don't tune into my channel, but it's an individual I met in Washington. And she practices sound healing. But she hasn't stepped into her true power. She's still healing, you know? So I encourage her. But she's on her path, like we all are. And I thank her for that blessing. So I'm gonna go get the materials I need to make me a sign. And then I'm gonna follow my guidance to where I need to post up to attract the divine beings of light that I need to attract to share my message. You know, I believe part of my purpose is to help individuals connect with their angels on this planet. I don't know if you're familiar with Melanie Bachelor, but if you don't resonate with my message because I swear too much, then check her out because she's a sweetheart. She's an earth angel and she don't swear. She's very girly like, very, hi, it's Melanie Bachelor, your earth angel. She's a sweetheart. And like I said, maybe she's more in alignment than I am for you. So I'm gonna create this sign and I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna see where this goes. I had an amazing night of sleep. I slept with God. I slept with Jesus Christ today. And I slept with Mother Mary under me. The door that I slept at by the church, it was a stained glass window of Mother Mary. At least I think I do. Like I said, I don't really spend too much time in religion. Cause, you know, religion, you know, they have, you know, the same characters that, you know, resemble the message, you know, the guidance, but it's skewed out of fear, you know. And like I said, everybody has their own door to awakening, and sometimes it's religion, and then they get in there and they, you know, they connect with God, and in the beginning it works out really well, and then they realize that that place doesn't have all the answers that they need, and nobody, every time they ask a question, they're told, quit asking questions and just believe, you know. But I slept at that church last night again, and there was a fear deep in my heart, and you know, I don't want to come from judgment, but some of these homeless individuals are really just like, they kill it for everybody, right? So I'm outside this church and I'm out to like unpack my stuff as far as my sleeping bag and my pillow and the food that I'm gonna enjoy. The blessings from God, gifts from God. And I start hearing talking and screaming, and then I hear sirens go off. And like, I'm like, I had this deep fear in my heart that I felt when I was a fucking criminal and I used to do dirty shit, right? And it was the same feeling that I remember. Like, I'll tell you a story. So I had just got out of jail, right? It was my first time spending, you know, an extended period of time in jail. It was like 44 days or something, 43 days. And I got out, and, you know, a week into getting out, I get a phone call from an acquaintance. I'm not calling him a friend. Maybe I considered him a friend back then, but it was just an acquaintance. And him and his brother were like, hey man, we're gonna go out kicking indoors, man. We're gonna go hit some licks. You wanna come out? And I was like, nah man, I'm good. I'm not about that life, man. I need to clean my shit up, man. And they're like, oh, come on, man, come on. And they used to love bringing me along because they knew how fearless I was, how I didn't give a fuck, how I always came up. But I was like, nah, I'm good, right? And the next morning, I get a call from another friend saying, hey, man, fucking so-and-so are in jail, man. They got popped off last night. And I was like, damn, if I would have just like agreed and said, yeah, let's do it, I would have been back locked up, right? So a week goes by, a week or so, we're having a gathering at my sister's house. They're playing the Ouija board and whatnot. they got their hands on the Ouija board, and I'm just asking questions. And we believe we're talking to my cousin Amy, who had passed away. And I'm asking questions that they don't know the answer to, that they wouldn't know the answer to, but Amy would. And they're answering the correct questions on the board. And I'm like, well, that's kind of odd. So a few hours go past, I'm drunk. I go to my mom's house, which is a few apartments down because they stayed in the same apartment complex. And I'm sitting there, drunk. And I keep on having these thoughts to go out and go hit a lick. And I'm fighting it so hard. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, we have these urges to do things, right? And we try to fight them off so much, whether it's, robbing someone, any type of criminal act, or even drugs. Like, no, I don't want to use them drugs. I'm so sick and tired of that. That's not what I want to do. And we fight it and we fight it and we resist it. And then we eventually give into it, right? So I'm sitting there trying to fight this off. Like, no, I don't want to go back to jail. I don't want to do that no more, man. I just want to make an honest living. But I could not fight it off. I couldn't fight it off. So I left the house. I left the apartment that night. I started walking. I come up to this big building on a busy road. There's two of them. They look identical. If you're from Joliet, it's off of Black Road, and I think Black Road and then Larkin Avenue, which is Route 30, right? Turns into Route 30. And there's two buildings. They're white buildings with all this glass windows. And I pick a brick up, and I'm walking up to this building, and I'm talking to God in my head, and I say, God, if this ain't for me right now, if this ain't for me anymore, I'm gonna toss a brick to this motherfucking building and rob this bitch blind. And if it ain't for me, then I'll be in jail by the end of the night. So sure enough, I take a brick and I fucking toss it right through that fucking window. And I ransacked that whole place, right? I didn't get much. I remember I had like some collector coins. It ended up being doctor's offices. It was just a bunch of doctor's offices. And I go to I'm about to leave the place, right? And I look out the window into the parking lot, and there's a police car out there. I'm like, shit. So I'm like, let me see if I can get out before. No, that's not. That didn't happen yet. So I'm like, oh shit, I panic. I get that fear in my heart, that same fear that I had over at that church, feeling like I was gonna get popped off for trespassing, I had in my heart, and I'm like, so I was right next to like a staff bathroom in that place that I was robbing, and I hid in there and I locked the door. And I put a towel under the door, right? Because I heard him say, K9's coming through. If anybody's in there, you better come out now because you're going to get your ass tore up. I'm like, damn, fuck that. So I continued to fucking stay in the bathroom. And I must have passed out because I was drunk. 2 hours went by. I woke up and I didn't hear anybody. So I get out the bathroom and I look, and there's still a squad car in the parking lot. So I'm like, okay, maybe that squad car is hanging out there because they don't want anybody to trespass in here, and they're waiting for somebody to repair the door that I just damaged. So I go to creep out the door, right? And I'm crawling. I open the door and I'm crawling out the door into the hallway where the exit would be. And it would be about a half a football field down where the exit is, because the building was kind of long. And I creep out and I look this way, and a freaking cop was walking right through the door into the fucking building, except he was staring at the ground. He was looking at his feet. And I see so many individuals walking around here, just staring at the ground, looking at their feet. And all I could think of is, there's nothing down there. God's up here. Well, anyways, I creep back in. He didn't see me, and I close the door, and I go inside this other freaking office, and it kind of curves around. So I'm sitting there, and sure enough, I hear a cop come in the office, and I'm like, damn. So I hurry up and take my shoes off, and I set them down, and I fucking lay down, and I act like I'm sleeping. And he comes up, and I could hear him in there, right? But he hasn't seen me yet, because he hasn't walked around the full office. It almost comes in a U. It goes boom, boom, boom. And I'm sitting at the other end, and I'm laying there like I'm sleeping with my torso on the ground and my legs open like this. And all of a sudden, I catch his attention. He looks at me and I scare the fuck out of him. He's like, oh shit. But I still pretend sleeping. He walks up to me and he kicks me right in the fucking dick and balls. Like, boom, and I jump out like, oh, motherfucker. And I play stupid like, oh, man, what the fuck? Where am I, you know? He's like, don't fucking play stupid. You know where you are. You robbed this shit. I'm like, I didn't rob anything. What are you talking about? I'm fucking drunk, man. I seen the door broke open and I freaking had nowhere to go. And I needed a place to sleep. He's like, yeah, whatever. So I get arrested. I'm sitting in the detective's office and I'm getting questioned, right? I'm getting questioned. And they they're trying to get me to fucking admit that they're trying any which way. They're like, okay, you weren't in there to fucking rob anything. You were drunk. We understand. But let's just say you did see something, right? Let's just see something like a value in there, like a wallet or, maybe a checkbook. You would have grabbed it, right? No, I wouldn't have grabbed it. I wasn't in there for that, man. I was walking by. I was drunk. My mouth was dry, seen the water fountain. I got a drink of water, and then I seen a bench, and I started laying down. And I fell asleep. And then I heard the police, and I got scared, and I panicked, and I went to where you found me. That's it. And they were so pissed, like, you motherfucker, we know you were in there. And I'm like, no, that's not why I was in there. And they're like, well, here's the fork in the road. You could go this way and continue to lie to us. Or you could take this route and be honest with us, and it'll work out for you. We'll help you. I'm like, yeah, right. And I was like, well, what about this way? They're like, what's this way? I'm like, straight ahead. They're like, what's that way? I'm like, that's the way that I don't tell you shit. And they're like, oh, you're fucking slick. Oh, you got a slick mouth. Well, anyways, they cuffed me up, fucking throw me in the cell. I went to county jail. I'm staring out my cell door, right? In booking, and I'm looking at the board, right? And on the board, there's your name and what you're being charged with. And I'm fucking being charged with 7 class 2 felonies for burglary. I'm like, fuck, I'm booked. Well, it was a weekend. I had just gotten out of jail, so my family, they knew better. They're like, where's Michael at? Oh, I can't find him. No one knows where he's at. All right, call the county. Call the county jail. Sure enough, I was in there. And sure enough, by the grace of God, because I didn't say anything, when I got my indictment papers slid under my door, it got lowered from 7 class 2 felonies to 2 class 4 felonies, criminal damage to property. So, that fucking story, I got lost in it, and I forgot why I was telling it to you. But just know, everything happens for a reason. It doesn't matter. If you have an urge to do something and you're fighting it, you're going to eventually do it. You are. And it's in alignment. That's what it's telling you. I came here to do this. I came here to learn these lessons and these experiences in life. I came here to do that. And sometimes that's why there's no such thing as right and wrong. There's in alignment and out of alignment. And I've learned that because there's been so many instances where I don't want to do something, but I cannot fight it off any longer, and I give into it. So I accept it. If I do something dishonest that I know I don't want to do, that fucking doesn't feel right, that someone would label as wrong or bad, I just surrender. Oh God, I surrender to this. I don't want to do it, but you obviously want me to do it because there's a lesson involved in it, so thy will be done. But that's the fear. That's the fear I felt when I was sitting there and I heard that them homeless talking or screaming at each other, and then caught the police's attention and they rang their sirens. And like, that's the shit I'm getting tired of. Like they're and I don't want to judge. I don't want to come from a place of judgment. But the unhealed individuals that are homeless out here are killing it for everybody. They litter all over the ground. Like you have to like, and I get it. It's just a limited awareness, but please don't be that person that just fucking litters our planet. Like I've done it at a point in my life, but I no longer do that. And I want to pick up the garbage that I come across, but I'd be here all day, and I know I'm not here to pick up garbage. But if I see something and there's a garbage can right there, I'll pick it up. But it's like they litter like no other. Like they go around collecting bottles and cans and plastic, like the water bottles. They get money for them out here, so they'll go around digging through the trash to put some money in their pocket. And they'll dig through the trash and they'll pull out all the garbage just to get the bottles, and they'll leave the rest of the garbage strung all over the place and not give a fuck. And it's sickening, and it's getting me really fed up, where I'm losing my compassion for these individuals. But I just have to know that it's okay. It's okay. They're doing the best that they can. And they're just unhealed. And it's not from a place of judgment, it's just a place of being aware of it. And there's only so much I could do. Like yesterday, I was at this Starbucks. Because sometimes if I pass by a Wi-Fi signal and I want to hear a song, I'll come in, connect to the Wi-Fi, put my Pandora on, put the song I want to hear, and I'll walk off. And I only get one song. But a guy walked up, another individual, another addict. I didn't know he was an addict. I really didn't. He didn't seem all strung out or anything. But when he was communicating with me, his words, like I could understand his words, but none of it made sense. Like I was like, what is he talking about? Like his words were coherent, but like the wordplay, it made no sense. It was the weirdest fucking thing. I'm like, what is this guy talking about? And all I could do was just nod my head in agreement, because I knew there was nothing he could say that would make sense, but it made absolutely no sense, right? So I'm like, wow, that's weird. And I was like, all right, buddy, you know. And it was funny because he gave me these earrings. I had this earring and he gave it to me, he gifted it to me. And I don't wear earrings anymore, but I put it in there, you know. But it made my ear swell up because it was bogus jewelry. And I can only wear something authentic because I'm authentic. But funny thing is I started walking. I woke up from the church, you know, cleaned my stuff up, and I was walking here to the Starbucks. And there was a Wi-Fi signal over that I found across the street at this coffee place called The Human Being. And it's not their Wi-Fi signal, it's like the city's. But I look at the bus station, there's shit strung all over the place. And I find this little thing on the ground, and it resembled the same. It was like, I don't know what it is. It looked like a little phone case thing, but it was like, it's too flimsy to be a phone case. But it was the same design of the bag that he had. And sure enough, I found the earrings on the ground that he gave me. And on the ground, there was a fucking broken syringe with a cap and all his shit strung all over the place. And I'm like, damn, he either got arrested, you know, or something. And the cops left his shit all strung out. But I don't understand why a fucking cop would just leave a fucking broken rig and a fucking a needle with no cap on it sitting on the ground just for a kid to walk up, you know? So I fucking picked up the syringe, I broke off the tip on the concrete, and I threw it in the garbage. But these are the people that I attract on a daily basis. I know that these are the individuals that I'm here to assist on their healing. So I had a few pieces of jewelry that, you know, the individual that I was staying with that put dirt on my name before I left. As soon as I left, she texted me and sat there and accused me of stealing. Like, you stole Tyler's daughter's crystals, fucking crystals, little ass crystals. I'm like, I just made a quick comment and then I blocked her and I'm done with her. I cut her off. I don't need to speak to her no more. But she had gifted me a crystal bracelet, amethyst bracelet, as well as a marcasite crystal necklace. And I was like, I need to get rid of this because there's an energetic bond to this jewelry from her and I need to get rid of it. So I gifted it to that guy. He was grateful for it, so hopefully that'll assist him in his healing. But you know, these are the people I attract. fucking 30-minute video. Hopefully you all got time. But either way, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go clean up a little bit, and then I'm gonna head to Phoenix, downtown Phoenix or Tempe. We'll see. I don't know. But I want to visit that hole in the rock as well. So stay posted. If there's anything else I need to say, Holy Spirit, let it flow now, or forever hold your peace. Either way, it's Saturday. Live your best life. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you gonna do today? Hopefully it propels you in the directions of your dreams. More importantly, love yourself.